A very, very beautiful morning is here, and we are so glad to see it. We are Nigerians, and we know what we like to have fun with.
Yes, we do. Wake up, Nigeria. On this show, we have the good formula for a good time. Now, the gathering is never really complete without some good food and, of course, good music.
Yes. Great personalities like the ladies in the kitchen, and the possibilities are endless. Just look at them.
Yes, sir.
Glowing.
Super glam.
Glowing.
Hey.
How can people be glowing in that color?
Yes, I do. That's how big I am. And I'm unapologetic about it. Thank you very much.
Sorry. We apologize.
One thing is for sure. We've always set the pace for others, and we continue to do so. We lead, so others continue to follow.
And that's how we know that when it comes to premium television content, you do not have to look further than TVC.
Especially in the mornings when you have this one-stop, feel-good family breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria. We'll be ready to go for another 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Yes, regular as clockwork. Tick-tock. Once the hour strikes 7, that is our cue to take off and get the ball rolling.
Something brand new, something fresh, something hot, straight from the oven, sauteed just for you.
All we ask for in return is your undivided attention for the next 1 hour and 45 minutes. Bere, I am Mary Bashua Alimi.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Please, we would like you to stream the show live on tvcentertainment.tv. If you need to move around, you can always stream on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Now, you can send in your comments, send them to us on social media. You will find us at TVC Connect. Now, remember to use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. And of course, the TVC app is also available for download on both the Android and iOS stores, okay?
A lot of people go online to YouTube to catch up on old episodes of the show. A lot of fantastic things for you to see right there. Just search for TVC Entertainment.
Yeah. Now, let's head straight to what we have in stock for you.
Yes, sir. It's Wonder Woman Wednesday.
Yay!
The ladies are all wondering.
What are you wondering?
Wow.
Okay.
Whether you like your husband's farts. Do you like to smell his fat?
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so you got really gory really fast. That was like 0 to 100.
She went straight to it.
But I honestly, it's a question. Like, are there some things that your partner does that just make your head spark?
The only question I want to ask right now is, Titi, you want to be cheesy about fasting? It's like, oh, yeah, I just did a tinkle.
There are some people who cannot pass
in front of their
they can't. Some
partners.
can't go to the bathroom in front of them.
Do you know, I don't understand it. Like, a partner, especially when we're talking about married partner, we're talking about someone you intend to spend, like, more than 3/4 of your life.
Which one is more than the whole?
It's more than, because some people get married at 20 and they live happily married till they're 80, 90, 100.
Yeah,
so that's like
ever.
a quarter of their life they had to themselves. So 3/4, more than 8. You're going to live with that person.
And then if you now decide to, change
Not 3/4. Even if it's just 5, even if it's just 10 years, and you want to exit the marriage. So what, you want to hold in fast for...
So the reason why this topic came up was because of the viral post, viral story that went online about a particular influencer who apparently was hospitalized because she was holding that in. And it must have been a very uncomfortable relationship.
My question is it that she held it continuously?
Exactly. Or just for like a period of time.
Were they always together? Why couldn't she stand up and use the bathroom?
Exactly. You can always excuse yourself.
No, she wanted to prove she's okay. Look, that thing causes bloating. Don't hold it in.
And my point
Let it go.
I think my point also is the fact
Let it go.
It's a normal, it's a natural phenomenon.
At this point, we have to go for the weather up.
Hello and welcome. This is the news update on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Kelly Egiga. Let's begin here in Lagos, where the bus rapid transport driver Andrew Nye, suspected of murdering 22-year-old fashion designer Oluwabamishi Ayowola, has been arraigned before Justice Sherifat Sonaike of the Lagos State High Court, sitting at the Tafawa Balewa Square. The suspect pleaded not guilty to the offenses of rape and murder of Ms. Bamiche and another rape incident of a young lady, which occurred last November. Kemi Folademo reports.
Andrew Nice and others said to be at large were accused of conspiring to rape and murder Bamiche Anyonwola at about 1900 hours on February 26, 2022, between Lekki Ajah Expressway and Carter Bridge in Lagos. He's also accused of raping another young lady who's 29 years old last November around the Lekki Conservation Center, which is also on the Lekki Ajah Expressway. Dr. Jide Martins, who is the Director of Public Prosecutions, represented Lagos State, while Isaac Ezekwem represented the defendant. Another counsel, Ayo Ademiluyi, announced appearance for the Anyonwola family.
The Director of Public Prosecutions, Dr. Jide Martins, told Justice Shonoike that there is a strong likelihood that the state government will amend the charges against the defendant, Andrew Nice, and that the post-mortem examination of Miss Anyonwola is still pending, the result of which will be brought to the court when it has been conducted. Though the defendant pleaded not guilty to the 4 counts charge, his lawyer says they will be considering an option of plea bargain.
Inviting international observers, international forensic observers, international forensic pathologists to so conduct that pathology. It is the opinion, the report of that pathology that would be of use to us. And of course, the prosecution, no we are watching brief, we can only be seen and not be heard. The prosecution also said they will be available to employ video links, which are so about that. Wonderful enough, the late Bamiche Anyonwola was so gallant enough, was so resolute enough to produce serious video evidence that will be useful in this something.
The case was adjourned to May the 9th, 10th and the 11th, 2022 for trial to begin fully, and the defendant was ordered to be further remanded at the Nigerian Correctional Center in Ikoyi. Earlier in March, Yaba Chief Magistrate's Court remanded the defendant for 30 days, pending the DPP's legal advice, which has now been issued, prompting the case to be heard at the High Court, which is statutorily empowered to hear capital offences such as rape and murder. Kemi Foladiemo, TVC News, Lagos.
Welcome back. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for the dailies, and I'll be starting today with this day. And for the major headline here, we have Buhari, Nigeria's huge dependence on important agricultural products to end soon. And right above the masthead, we have NUPRC sets up investigative panel to tackle rising oil theft. And on the strip right above the masthead, we have grid collapse. Lawmakers lambast power minister. Demand improved electricity supply. And of course, right on the strip below, we have 2023, Nigeria's presidents must come from Southwest, PDP insists. We have that on page 43. Soludo will get water out of stone with Anambra people behind us. Very interesting. And that'll be all I'll be taking for this day. Moving quickly on to Daily Times. We have Buhari inaugurates Dangote's 3 million metric tons fertilizer plant, says Nigeria's dependence on imported products to end soon. And at the very top, we have Soludo gives insights into Anambra's finances, says state economy not robust. And that's all for the Daily Times. And of course, for the dailies this morning, right about now, we have fitness.
Okay. Yes. It's time for What's Up and About.
Indeed it is.
And there's so many questions that we try to answer during this segment, especially when the ladies are around. Especially when you see posts like this. Now, Winfrey was the one that put this post up for discussion earlier, and we started talking about it for quite a long time. So it goes like this. It says, dear men, take your 21 days leave from work. Go home, tell your woman you lost your job. Explain further that there was some loss to you and you had to use your savings to settle it. Spend the next 14 days observing how you're treated at home and discover who you married. Gang, gang.
Please, can I have that?
You want to read it?
I want to reread it.
Okay.
Dear women, take your 21 days leave from work.
Dear women.
Go home and tell your husband that you lost your job. Explain further that there was some loss and you had to use your savings to settle. Spend the next 14 days observing how you're treated at home and discover who you married. Because it works both ways.
Well, preach it.
Because of the society we live in, I don't think it actually works.
It does. Many men refuse to marry a fully dependent woman.
I think some. Well, yeah, because I mean, we have situations where some men don't want to. You know, some men don't want to. Oh Jesus Christ!
I have to
distract.
So now there are a lot of things that are. So they say there's nothing hidden under the sun, right? First, there are so many things that happen in relationships, in marriages, that that sometimes one partner is unaware of. For instance, there are some men who have lost their jobs before, but then they kept that information from their wife.
Exactly.
Why did they do it? Was it because they knew who they married and they knew she couldn't handle it, or they expected her to act out, or they didn't expect her to stay? So there's so many different issues here. But then one of our producers was like, man, but what if the lady finds out later that you were lying? What will happen after that? It's like asking for trouble. But what other things can you do to find out who you marry?
Look, all this testing, it does not make sense. Exactly. I've never understood why. And I want to test my spouse. So, I want to see if he's cheating. I want to test my spouse. Will he go with my sister or my friend? All this testing, we go backfire.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to test your spouse.
No, I actually want to. I think for me, already, I want to actually know, how would you react in that situation? Okay, let's forget about the testing now. In a real situation where your husband actually loses his job and comes to tell you that, what would you do?
What would you do?
Mary?
I see, for me, it's not a big deal. I keep saying it. My background has largely influenced me. I do not believe it's a man responsible for something or a woman responsible for anything. I believe it's a partnership. Both of you can work. So where somebody has to down tools, it's your responsibility, to take it up. So your husband lost his job. No big deal. Take it up from there. That's why there are certain things that should be established. Say, for example, a housekeeper. Because when there's a housekeeper, there's nobody who is acting the maid. I know that's what usually causes the trouble, where the woman feels cheated, she's going to work, and you are sitting at home and she still has to do the chores. But when you guys already have a housekeeper, the worst that will happen is you might delay the person's salary for a couple of months, pending when you guys stabilize.
But then there are also situations where people cannot afford housemaids.
Yeah.
I really don't think that you have to stay at home. Like, take time off work or test your spouse to be able to really know that.
Who they are.
The longer you stay with them,
you will know.
Yes. It's like onions. It's unraveling itself.
Let's talk about the time frame in that message. It said 14 days. Is 14 days enough?
No, 21.
21 days.
21
no, it says test for 14 days.
14 days.
Check.
Yes, but my issue is 14 days enough? I'm thinking that pressure wouldn't really be on in that 14 days. I'm thinking by the time it's maybe 40 days.
This is
one.
You know what the pressure will be on, because the guy said he doesn't even have anything. According to the post, he had to use all his savings. So now they are facing a bleak future.
So this is what I actually think and what I'll actually say. I feel anyone will definitely feel the stress of all of a sudden accepting responsibilities that you're not used to. So I feel if you give it enough time, anyone will actually crack, no matter how loving and understanding you are. You will get tired, you will get frustrated. But now I think what matters most is the way you actually express that tiredness and frustration. However, if within 14 days, the woman you are married to decides to turn into a monster because you lost your job, brother, what were you doing when you were cousin?
It also begs a question. What kind of man have you been to that woman?
Okay, there's that too.
What kind of man have you been to that woman? Because there are some men who, when they are earning so much, they are the ones providing all that shoulder pad. It is permanently like this. So when the woman gets her own turn, she goes, relax, I'm the one providing now. You have to respect yourself. So when a woman does that, it's usually a case of, what have you been doing to her? Because some women, it's wickedness, it's malicious, but they are waiting for that
time.
Yeah, but then it's marriage. It's supposed to be filled with love.
And then what will be your reaction? Your husband will come and tell you, if Uncle Meg come to tell you that
is
sorry.
why we have a private company.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is sorry, something happen. The company is in bankruptcy. God forbid. No.
So I have to
those emails.
touch on the fact that, guys,
Wow.
there are always going to be, issues in different types of relationships.
Yeah.
Now the challenge is how you respond to these situations. So we would love to know your opinion on this. Please use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Respond to this
I have
post.
been accused of misandry. I'm taking this off.
Really?
I have vexed.
Wow.
Please, let's take this break. I want to go and para.
Calm down.
I should calm down.
Just sit down. Welcome back. Now, in this social media world, bright young stars have emerged over and over again. And today, we're joined by Jacob Evangelista and Peter A.A. Komba. Now, you've probably never really heard of them around here, but in their country, Sierra Leone, they are young, bright stars. Jacob is a singer and a rapper, popularly known as The Therapist on TikTok with over 2 million followers. Peter, on the other hand, is popularly known as Peter A.A. Komba. Now, they've amassed a lot of followership doing skits and short videos on TikTok and Instagram. It's a pleasure to have you right here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, so first of all, Sierra Leone, we don't really hear that much about celebrities from there.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was an opportunity for you guys to make a mark and become recognized as young people from that country. Do you feel any pressure doing that?
Well, do you want to go first?
No, you can go first.
All right. So, well, it's not really like we're just trying to break out, like do something different that will actually shine light to the country where we're from, right?
Okay.
It's a beautiful place, actually. And it's crazy. Funnily, we're really known in Nigeria.
Yeah.
That's like where we have like 60% of our followings from.
Wow.
So we normally go out and people say, oh, that's you, take pictures and all that.
Amazing.
So yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Okay, same for you?
Yeah, so our fan base is in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Yeah.
So that's why you came. That's why you came here, right?
Yeah.
Is one of the reasons why you came here?
Yeah, one of the reasons.
That's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
But like my main reason was to pursue my music career because music is everything to me.
All right. So now let's talk TikTok and music. So doing skits and music, there's a long line between the two. We have a lot of skit makers here, short film producers here. What do you think made you guys stand out?
No, like I'm not good with skits. I don't really act like that though.
You okay?
Yeah, I've been doing freestyles on my TikTok and actually doing videos. All these videos these girls be liking and all that. So I have all the attention I need from that. Yeah, and that brought me. He's really good in acting, though.
Okay.
He's the one doing the skits and all that.
All right, talk to us.
And so I would say that's one of the reasons I came to Nigeria because of, I feel like I want to go into acting. So Nigeria is one of the best places.
The biggest,
try that.
actually.
The biggest, yeah.
Wow. Have you been having fun since you got here?
A lot. Lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And work.
Wow. The way you said and work is like your mom is watching and you just had to add the work part.
Really, it's work. Like, ever since we've been here, like, we've been working, trying to do something, more.
So, any really significant personalities you've met, talked to? Who would you like to work with now that you're around Nigeria?
I don't have a specific person that I really want to work with, but I've already done a skit with Brother Shaggy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're waiting for it to come out and see how it goes.
Interesting. But it's coming into a country where you've never really worked before. Fine, you have a fan base. You need like a welcoming committee. You need a team. So are there some people that you're working with that?
Yeah, most definitely. Like my song just dropped, right, and it's doing very well.
Okay.
Less than a week, it has over 25,000 people that's hopped on it on TikTok.
Oh wow.
And it's going crazy. And we have. Shout out to Mastercraft is the one that produced that for me. Amazing. And we have our management team. To like, shout out to Mr. Cole. And the whole management team, it's a whole process actually that gets us through around Nigeria and all that. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to touch on the ladies now because you guys, you're entering the country looking fly and fresh. We got
to.
You already mentioned that the ladies be liking your posts.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the pressure of all that. Do you find it to be a little bit of a hassle sometimes?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Because, like, they be going crazy sometimes if you don't reply to the comments, and you can have over 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 comments, and they were like, everybody's there trying to like, say hi or something, blah blah, and you can't because it's too much.
It's too much.
And that's the only thing. But I be liking it though.
You like it? You rather have it than not have it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
Because the fans keep, you know, it's the love that keeps us going.
Exactly.
But then, what sort of things have you had to put in place to keep yourself grounded? I'm talking to you now, Peter.
So far, I think since we came to Nigeria, met so many people, and I did great things. Like I was supposed to done some skits with some skit makers and probably go into acting, but because of time, so I'll be going back, probably come back to Nigeria soon.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and then now Nigeria is like a second home.
Second home,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
So now, social media is a big place. It does feel like there's quite a bit of competition. You couldn't do this anymore for any reason. What would you guys do? What would you evolve into?
Me is
I know you've talked music already.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, I used to do modeling before.
Okay.
Music. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, music has been key. And we're also students, actually. I study architecture.
Okay. So now the parents at home watching right now have been waiting to hear about that.
Yeah.
Once you get online, start making money online, do you push education aside? So
No.
you're saying no?
You shouldn't.
No.
All right.
No. Because you should always have that, like, plan B, right? You should, your dream should be A, but, like, education should always be there to back it up, right?
All right.
No matter what you're doing. That's a small thing you should have that will help you out.
Yeah.
Probably sometime when you need it.
So it's architecture for you, but what is it
And
for you?
political science.
Political science.
Yeah.
So is this a course you chose or, fell into your lap?
I think I chose it.
You chose it?
Yeah.
You're thinking politics later down the line?
Let's see so far.
Let's see.
Yeah. Let's see so far.
All right then. So I'm really glad that you guys could take our time from your busy schedule, to come talk to us.
Thank you so
much.
much.
But what's happening next? What are the big projects you're doing right now before you leave?
Well, I just recorded another one.
Okay.
It will just keep on coming
And it's a banger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? I'll be giving hits and hits
Yeah.
and back-to-backs. More surprises for everyone.
All right.
Soon you'll see me everywhere.
All
I
right
promise.
then. No, honestly, I am blown away by what you've been able to do online. I'm just saying, I'm seeing so much greatness in your future. I'm just hoping that as soon as you get there, you come back, talk to us about it.
Thank you so much. We will.
All right, then. Peter and Jacob, they're all the way from Sierra Leone. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have a question or you want to make a comment, just use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and TVC Connect. Now we're going to head over to MM. She's in the kitchen, and they're cooking up something nice.
Yes, I am, Titi. With me is Chef Blossom, and this morning we are making rice and gizzard sauce. Yeah, so let's get right into the ingredients, and let's go.
Okay, so we have our gizzard, which is our ingredient for today.
Okay.
And then we have our blended pepper. I like to call it pepper mix. In this, we have our scotch bonnet, rodo, tatache, shombor, some onions, a little bit of garlic, and ginger.
Okay.
Then
we have our carrots. Okay. Okay.
Fresh. So we have our carrot. This is for garnish and our spring onions. Then we have our ginger and for the sauce. So we have our vegetable. We have our seasoning, mashed cubes. Then some paprika.
Okay.
Go into the sauce and some salt and this some chicken seasoning.
Okay. And then, of course, we have our rice cooking. So quickly, let's run through what we're making this morning. Let's run through the process for the recipe. I see that our pan has been heating up, and I see water cooked here already. So what are we doing with the water in the pan?
So the water is for the rice. I washed the rice already with some salt, so
Okay.
there's no need for parboiling.
Okay.
I'll just let the water boil.
Okay.
I'll put in the rice.
Okay, so we are actually like cooking the rice, like boiling white rice.
Yes, boiling
okay, so
white
the
rice.
work is with the gizzard sauce.
Yes.
Right, okay, good. Right, let's get cooking then.
Okay.
All right. If you're just joining us, with me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Blossom, and we are making rice and gizzard sauce. So of course, we'll walk you through the process. We'll make sure that you're a part of it. But we have to go on a quick break now, people. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Okay, we're so here, and it's Wake Up Nigeria, and of course, right now I have Dr. Kalu Maju, who is a medical doctor at Quincy Wellness and Naturopath. Let's just go. And of course, he's here to talk nutrition with us today. And we're talking nutrition options for glowy skin. Welcome back. I mean, you were here last week, and it was obviously an amazing conversation. So now, before we get into the conversation, let's have that word from you.
What word is that?
The one that was wanted to root
naturopathic. Okay,
oh,
yeah. So it's when you try to heal people with the most natural methods. Before you start
naturopathic.
Yes, naturopathic, using natural methods too.
Oh, using natural. Oh, amazing. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now we're talking about nutrition options for glowy skin. Please tell me all about it, from the end to the beginning. Yeah, so now first of all, how does it work that what you eat can actually affect your skin?
So, but basically everything that goes in is what molds you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the principle behind the whole glowing skin thing is, so there are basic compounds in the body that have specific actions on how your skin would turn out. Mm-hmm. So we have, first of all, you want to look at a group of compounds, antioxidants. So in that category, we have like glutathione, mm-hmm. we have alpha-lipoic acid or thiotic acid, hyaluronic acid. So you want to look at food substances that contain all that.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and for most of them though, like for the like the glutathione I mentioned, they have some that you can find in plants, mm-hmm. some you can find in animals. Mm-hmm. The plant-based supplements for those things that contain those things I said, you're looking at cucumber,
okay.
Green peas. You're looking at, for the animal base, you're looking at liver, red meat. They contain all those things.
Red meat?
Yes.
Okay, I thought we've been advised to stay away from red meat.
So that's the thing.
Okay.
Because, so, like I mentioned earlier, when you want to take a particular course in medicine, you have to weigh the yin and the yang. Now for red meat, there's a lot of cholesterol that comes with it.
Yes.
But then, of course, it contains these other supplements that can make your skin glow. So you have to find a way to strike a balance so that you get enough that it helps your skin to get the supplements it requires without getting as much of the cholesterol that will mess your, other system up.
Okay.
Or you can just take, so if you find yourself in a position where you're prone to having metabolic disorders, because that's what we're afraid of when you're eating all these things.
Yeah.
You probably just stick to plant-based supplements, like plant-based food substances that contain
all of that. Okay, so you spoke about cucumbers. So what else? And green peas. So
yeah,
what else?
So vitamin C containing substances, strawberry, pawpaw, lemon, avocado, grape, pineapple. So anything that has vitamin C is good for your skin.
Okay.
But like I said too, it's not all because the sugar content.
Yeah, it's very true.
You also have to watch that.
That actually takes me to my next question. I was actually going to ask, so how much of these do we need? For instance, now, okay, fine. Pineapple is great for glowing skin. Should I have like a whole pineapple in a day? Or like a cup or a glass, and how often?
So basically, I'll tell you the truth. It's not realistically possible to achieve, because when women are talking about glowing skin, because that's something we try to do for women, because now we have all these infusions where we isolate most of these compounds and make them into high enough doses.
Yes.
And then we just give them through the veins, straight in.
Exactly. So now, how safe is that?
No, it is.
I've been very, curious. How safe is that?
Well, I started doing things like that like over a year ago. When I first started, I was like, yeah, how safe is that? Because I didn't want anything to, because there were not a lot of research. We didn't even do that in medical school. Yeah. So there was not a lot of research into what happens when you, but thanks to my boss and all, I use them as guinea pigs. So I was like, you know what? Okay, this is what I think. This is as much of this I think we need to make your skin glow.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, fine, you can use us and test it out. So when I try it out on them and it works on them, I can now push it out to the public and then use it on them. So, but so far so good. We've been modifying the formulas and it's been really, you know, good for them.
Okay.
If you eat the fruits though, you're getting minimal. So there'll be like some skin glow because you have to stay hydrated for all this work.
Yes, you do.
But you get some of the skin glow, but it's not going to be like very obvious. Like, oh, your skin is glowing. How much?
And that's what we want these days. We want magic to actually happen and just start glowing all of a sudden.
So yeah, I know for the IV ones, because you're getting them in high doses, because they are really concentrated with all those essential vitamins I just mentioned. Yeah, you can start to see results in like a month. Generally, if you have beautiful skin, you know, a little bit of vitamin C here and there will just make your skin to start glowing. You know, but you know, you might not really be able to get enough of them from your food supplements without getting the other harmful parts. So just take a little bit of them and, you know, angles and all that stuff.
Okay, I mean, so apart from vitamin C, fruits that contain vitamin C, what other foods are we talking about?
So yeah, we talked about the other ones. I told you the other basic ones were the antioxidants, the glutathione and the alpha-lipoic acid. Those ones, you find them in your vegetables, carrots, you know, you get, you know, a lot of those there. So they will also play a role in making your skin. But like I said, you need to stay hydrated. So if you want your skin to glow, you can probably do, we talked about an average of 2.5 liters of water per day. If you want your skin to glow, you should probably do at least 3 liters.
3 liters?
Yes, because everything would now circulate more.
Okay, so now I need to now ask this question. So now we have this, I don't want to call it a myth, but yeah, of course, we know that fine, for glowy skin, you need to drink enough water. So now from what you're saying water helps transport this nutrient evenly around the body. So it's not water in itself that is making your skin glow. Is that what you're saying? Or have I mixed it up?
Well, water in itself can actually make your skin glow because, like, it's not just that it's doing all the whole transport work. It's keeping your skin moisturized. So, I mean, the whole moisturizing act alone can make your skin glow because it's not dry and scaly and patchy and all that. So it's not like it's just, so it's also carrying those other essential nutrients to help make the skin get formed, but it's also moisturizing the skin and doing its own thing as a vital, because we talked about it last time as the most essential
nutrients. Amazing. Sure. Thank you so much for being so knowledgeable in these things and passing that knowledge down to us. We really appreciate that. Okay, right about now, we're heading back to the kitchen where we have Glowing and, of course, Chef Blossom hard at work. What are you girls up to?
We are hard at work, like you have said. Well, Blossom is actually, because she's the one making the meal. Yes, this morning we are making rice and gizzard sauce. And over to you, Blossom.
Okay, so can I tell my story now?
Let's talk about the ingredients first. Yes.
Okay, before I go, I have a very interesting story I want to share. But yeah, we have our gizzard steaming up, cooking up.
Okay.
It was marinated with some Cameroon pepper, that's the black peppers, and some seasoning cubes, and a pinch of salt.
All right.
So I did it overnight. So we'll allow it to cook properly.
Okay.
So then we have our rice boiling.
Now let's move on to the ingredients we're using for our gizzard sauce.
The gizzard sauce. Yeah. So we're having our vegetable oil, pepper mix.
Okay.
I told you what we have inside. We have a pepper, tomatoes, shombo and tatache, onions, garlic, and ginger.
Okay.
And then we have
all blended
in there.
Okay.
So we have our chopped onions for fry.
Okay.
We have our chicken seasoning. We have some paprika, curry, seasoning, mashed seasoning cubes, some salt, and then we have some garlic and ginger. I like to go overboard with garlic for my sauce.
All right. Now we have spring onions, and then we have carrots talking about glowing skin.
So carrots are your go-to. They actually contain beta-carotene that, helps to give your skin that glow that that it needs. The doctor earlier on mentioned it. Okay, so when our gizzard is ready, what's next? How does the gizzard sauce come together? Okay, once the gizzard is properly cooked, we bring it out. Take out the stock water. We'll be needing the stock water as well for the sauce. Just a little amount of it. So we'll have some vegetable oil go into the pan. Then we'll put in, allow it to heat up, then the onions, allow it to fry, allow the juice to come out very well. Then put in our tomatoes, our pepper mix, fry it, just the way you fry your normal sauce. Then we'll fry it like for some minutes. Then once it's done, we'll chop. I'm going to be chopping the gizzard. Into tiny bits. You're going to chop them into chunks. Yes, so we'll fry them. You might want to fry. It's optional. If you don't want to go overboard with your oil, just put it there. But make sure it's properly cooked. So let's see. We just want to give people a peek of what we're doing here. We see our rice is almost cooked, and we're serving it white, right? Yes. So we have the carrots as garnish for the rice. Carrot and spring onions. Okay. I was about to ask you, where does the carrots come in to all of this? Going to the rice. Yeah. Okay. How are you even able to, in these times where things are hard, Blossom, how are you even able to afford gizzard? You could have made chicken sauce or fish sauce. You went for gizzard. Gizzard is expensive. Very expensive. Right. Okay. Blossom actually wanted to tell us about her market experience, but I'm sure she'll get the time to, or better still, you can go on her social media platform and get the gist. Yes. We have to go now, people. It's the top of the hour. So much coming forth. Stay with us. Right back.
Well, that tune is our cue to go again. It's been a fantastic 1 hour, and we are good and ready for the next 45 minutes.
Now, you remain the superstar for joining us and staying tuned this morning. We have a few things that we need to have you occupied for the rest of the show.
Now, I believe we have earned your trust that we can and will do just that. It's already been an hour of interesting conversation and really good cooking with Chef Blossom in the kitchen with MM.
Hey, he's hard at work, as you can see. Chopping those carrots, they're so finely chopped. I love it. I love the intentionality with the carrots.
Now, we have so much ahead for you that's even better. That food smells amazing in the kitchen. But hey, something that doesn't matter is the weather outside. You can always count on us to bring some warmth and sunshine to you.
Yes, because we are the #1 feel-good family breakfast show. My name is Mary Bashua Alimi. There's a whole lot planned for you this 45 minutes.
My name is Titilayo Onyisong, and you can stream the show live on tvcentertainment.tv. Facebook is there live at TVC Connect. Just click live, and you'll be there with us.
Of course, and sending your comments as well. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Tell us how we look. And of course, tell us what your opinion is on the various subjects we've discussed this morning on the show.
Very
now, straight to the highlights.
Now, we still have a performance coming your way, and we also have a relationship discussion that's going to be talking, a very, very interesting topic, actually. Closure. Have you ever heard of that word, closure? Olaiwola Abiola, certified professional mental health counselor, someone with a specialization in relationship and marriage counseling, is going to be here talking to us about that. Yeah, there's still quite a lot in store for you on the show today, and it's been an interesting show so far.
We've had a very rich 1 hour conversation. Has been amazing, and of course we still have so much more. The aroma here, I can't describe it. So much going on in the kitchen as well.
So I'm looking forward to the discussion with the relationship coach.
Closure, that's what the focus is on.
We're really looking forward to that. Closure, that word closure is such a deep thing. I don't think that everybody actually understands what it truly means and how it's helped people move on from relationships.
Closure is needed, not just even in relationships, in all aspects of life. And talking about aspects, it's time for us to check out some facts.
And we are back, people. Yes, when you hear lush hair, that's my kids'
favorite song right now. And of course, to join us on that discussion is Omori Bello Osage. He's the digital manager for Lush Hair. And of course, it's International Women's Month. And Lush Hair has been sprawling with so many campaigns, you know, to celebrate mothers, to celebrate women. And we're loving it. I'm personally loving it. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Now, this month, of course, is a very interesting month. Tell us what plans Lush Hair has.
All right, thank you so much. So one of the big things about International Women's Day, I mean for March especially, is the fact that March is here for women, and not just only the fact that not just because we, as a female-centric brand, we know that women are the one, are key consumers. But then we also understand how amazing women are and how you're like, real-life superheroes. Just for you just being here. Yeah, so just for you being a woman, you just go and buy your ice cream. So basically, we understand that, and then we wanted to, just in line with the whole month of celebrating women, we thought to go all out, try to celebrate women as much as we can. And, we have International Women's Day on the 8th of the month, and also the first Mother's Day. In Nigeria, we celebrate Mother's Day like 12 times. So we decided to, go big, and also because in line with the theme of the campaign, Breaking the Bias, we're thinking, how do we, express that idea of breaking the bias? So we came up with a campaign, Lady on the Stand, which went viral.
It did. The first time I saw it, I was wowed by it. Yes, I'm still in awe, to be honest. Whoever came up with that concept, bravo. I mean, it's one that would, stand the test of time. It's an unforgettable campaign. Tell us about it. What inspired it? I know International Women's Day, but, I'm sure that there was so much that went into it. Tell us, how did it, come together? How did it come about?
Okay, yeah. So just like I said, we wanted to celebrate women. And we were thinking, how do we explain, how do we showcase that idea of breaking the bias? So we first of all started, going into the space of career women, where we understand that some women, or there's some stereotype about, women in certain seemingly male-dominated field. So we, decided to, first of all, we had like a conversation with some women, did a video shoot and had them. So we had a lawman, we had a carpenter, we had different women. So aside from doing that, we now decided to have it, go all out, deploy these women at different ends of Lagos State. So while they're standing on those pavements, they are standing as iconic figures, telling those women in those careers that, you really can be anything and do anything if you want to do. So that was the idea. We, not just were there, in those places, but then they were also preaching the gospel of the strength of a woman. They were letting women know, like, for example, we had like for the stand of a carpenter, she's always, there are some strong messages we had as well. So for a musical artist as well, she's saying, who says I can't bring the Grammy home? For a lawman, someone that, cleans the Lagos, she's saying, don't undermine my work. I clean the environment to save lives. So we're trying to communicate those messages to all these women so that they also feel that confidence in themselves, that whatever career, whatever field they want to embark on, they're really, there's nothing stopping them.
So I love what you guys were doing with the Lady on the Stand. It's also an inspiration to young girls, who are growing, you're telling them that you can be anything that you want to be. And I love it completely. Now tell us about Mother's Day. It's coming up very soon. It's just right around the corner. What plans does Lush Hair have to celebrate mothers?
Okay, so for Mother's Day, we have a campaign currently ongoing where we thought to have people celebrate their mothers. But now the interesting thing about it is you are supposed to put a video telling your mother how much you love her, but the twist to it is that we know the diversity and the beauty of our different cultures in Nigeria. So we want you to showcase that in your local dialect. So aside from just saying, speaking English, we want you to say it in Hausa, in Ibibio, so in different, and we're going to do this. You are going to do this today.
I am.
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. This is putting me in a tight corner. Yeah. I'm a mother. I have 2 beautiful kids, girls.
And I would really love to have them do a video telling me how much they love me instead. Well, anyways, but I, of course, have to do. So go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, we wanted to, so when you do all those videos, you stand a chance to win amazing prize, not just for yourself.
Oh, wow, I get to win a prize. Okay, so I'm going to do it definitely.
For your mom as well. So why don't you just go right ahead?
So wait, so any random person can just do this video and then you get a gift?
Yes, get a gift. So use the hashtag LushMom, put a video. Actually, the information are on our social media pages.
Okay.
But people wouldn't know about it. In fact, last month we had an all-expense paid trip to Jara Mall for Valentine's Day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, but people wouldn't know because they're not following us on social media.
Yes, so it's important that they follow you on social media. So now break it down. If I want to win this gift or if I want to win something from Lush Hair, what do I need to do as a mother?
Not as a mother.
Or as a woman?
As a woman, basically. It doesn't have to. You don't even have to. Not just only for women, even for men. As well.
Really?
So
men can do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we all have mothers. So it's about celebrating our mothers.
Oh, great.
So you put up a videos, celebrate your mom in your local dialect. Then follow us on Instagram and across all our social media platforms. Then using the hashtag LushMom. So in whatever dialect you're speaking in, you have to at least give a little bit of translation on the caption, and then just post it, and it's stand a chance to win. And we are giving it. We're not, we're having to give 10 people, so that's enough to go a lot of people to celebrate this year.
I love the fact that you are celebrating mothers, and then you're also celebrating, our cultural diversity. I mean, I'm really loving it. Yeah. So what else does Lush Hair have for, its fans this season and maybe throughout the year?
Yeah. So first of all, we are sponsors of the 15 Pedis Awards. So it's coming up in
the US.
June, yes, in the US. So we understand we understand that it's for us to also celebrate our talents, our home talents. So we're proud to be sponsors of those events, so to tell people that our music, our entertainment industry is really growing big. We
and
see
then
how
you support them,
your brand
support them.
So not just for the female, also for the male as well.
Right.
Just to
Thank you
let them
so
know
much.
That we support them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you heard about Lush Pink Bell.
Oh, we'll talk about that, some other time, because I mean, like, Lush Hair are big sponsors.
Yes.
Like you're like your family already. Even I like the way that you all have. But so go ahead and tell us more about the Lush Pink Bell.
Yeah, the Lush Pink Bell. So not like we have our products. We launch new product here and there.
Okay.
We have models on those products on billboards as well. So wouldn't you like your face to be on those billboards? That's
really? Yes. So my face can be on those billboards. What do I need to do, please?
So basically, we had the first edition last year, Lush Pink Bell 1.0. So we're going big this year, or bigger this year. Okay. So basically, it's a modeling contest where you are expected to,
wear the Lush hair.
Yeah, no, not wear the Lush. It's a contest. So last year we had different phases where they could put up a video and sign up or register on a link and all of these things. Then of course we now had a live audition where people could, we now selected people, interacted with these models to know if they could be the Pink Bell. But then the interesting thing about it is that we understand that beauty is diverse, beauty is it's not stereotypic. Yeah. So we leaving it open to whatever body size, whatever skin you are.
Okay, so everyone can be all inclusive, can be a part
of it. That's the idea. So
thank you so much. I'm particularly looking forward to the Pink Bell. Yeah.
That's going to be
all right, all right. Thank you for being here. And so for more details, everyone should go to the Lush Hair on your social media platform. That's
at Lush Hair Nigeria.
Lush Hair Nigeria.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
And you get
TikTok,
more information. We have to go now, people. There's still so much more coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Okie dokie, it's time for us to talk relationships. Now, there's this conversation that has been going on for a very long time, especially when it comes to relationships in general, when you're moving on from one thing to another. I'm talking about closure. I'm sure you've been hearing us talk about it since the beginning of the show. And today, Olaiwola Abiola, a certified professional mental health counselor with a specialization in relationship and marriage counseling, will be discussing this with me this morning. How you doing today?
Doing so well.
Thank you so much. Oh, very well.
It's always a delight to be here.
Oh, it's always our pleasure to have you on the show. Okay, so closure. Yeah. As definite as that word is, it can also be quite a challenge.
True.
So let's start from talking about what closure actually means.
Okay. Yeah, closure is a psychological need to have an explanation for what has happened.
Psychological need
yes.
to have an explanation
for what has happened.
What has happened?
Because
wow.
we are not just relational being or social being. We are also rational being. So whenever we're into any situation at all, our mind wants to understand what really happened.
Want to make sense of it.
Make sense of what really happened. So that's basically what closure is all about.
So how do we find closure?
First of all, we need to understand that each time closure is demanded is because a loss has happened. And what makes closure very difficult is because a loss in whatever kind brings about grief. Grief is a natural response of human to a loss, either a loss of relationship, a loss of family member, a loved one, even your pets, even anything, money, anything. So naturally we respond to.
You see that money part. I keep telling people, people need closure. When you lose certain kind of money, like the M, you will need closure, even definitely, 10 years later.
Definitely. So,
please go ahead.
So grief comes to the table. And you know, there are 5 or 7 stages of grief. The first thing that happens is this shock or disbelief that something has happened. Then it leads to denial. Then when you have no explanation for that, it leads to anger. And after anger, you go to the stage we call bargaining. Had I known, if I'd done, maybe if I'd done this, if I've done that, then from there, it can lead to depression if nothing is done about it. Then after some time, depression leads to acceptance. Then when the acceptance...
Depression leads to acceptance?
When it's well dealt with. Because those are the about 5-7 stages of grief. Okay. So whether a loss of relationship, a loss of spouse, a loss of business, a loss of loved one, you're going to go through those stages of grief. And that's what makes closure very, very challenging. And until people get to a point to find that closure, to find a narrative that is that makes sense to them, it may not necessarily be the whole truth or the picture. But until the person gets to that point, the person can find closure.
Wow. Okay, so that's why I wanted to ask, as I asked earlier, how do you then find that closure?
Okay. First of all, you need to understand that it is what it is. Life happens. There are things, there are 2 paradigms to life. There's a paradigm of things you can change and the things you have to accept.
Absolutely.
So there are some times that not getting closure, let's talk about relationship, for example. If somebody doesn't want you in his life anymore, one of the things you can do for yourself is to come to a point, it is what it is. There are some things you can't change. You have no power over another person's thoughts, feelings and emotion and the behavior of another person. You can only try, you can only do your bit. So relationship itself is challenging. Heartbreak is hard. And helping someone to find closure is the least you can do for such a person. So number one, you need to come to terms with the reality, what's on ground.
Come to terms with it.
Come to terms with it. Then allow yourself to feel what you feel. Don't live in denial. Denial is one of the ego defense systems as human beings we use. At times if people live in denial, they will not be able to move on. I've heard about someone that her husband died 10 years ago. And for the next 10 years, she kept rearranging her husband's wardrobe.
Wow.
Until after the 10th year. So what that means is that you are still keeping that the possibility of this person is coming back. And the reality is sorry, it's not good. So allow yourself to feel what you feel. Then talk to someone. At times, people may not be able to find someone because one of the things that makes closure difficult is that it makes you vulnerable. It makes you feel the hurt. The hurt makes you powerless. Being powerless makes you vulnerable. And when that happens, nobody wants to be in a place of vulnerability. So the best thing to do is to look for someone you can confide in, you can talk to. Or better to get a professional counselor or a therapist to help you put those issues in proper perspective and find clarity. And by so doing, closure is going to take time. Allow yourself to feel what you feel. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to go see a friend, probably take yourself out, go for a vacation or something. But don't live in denial.
So avoiding denial is actually one way to get closure.
Definitely.
I say this because just last Sunday, of course, I have a radio show. I was actually having a conversation with a widow. Okay. She lost her husband in January. And trying to run through these steps with the person, it can be a struggle, especially for someone who is experiencing such emotions for the first time. So for the benefit of everyone watching who are thinking, oh, what do I need closure for? Why exactly do we need closure?
Number one, we need closure. Closure gives you a kind of feedback. For example, at times, guys do ghost a lady can ghost a guy without just breaking off, just sending the text, sorry, I'm done with you. And you are in a limbo, so to say, what exactly is the problem? You really just want to know what the reasons were. So closure is a kind of a thing that gives you feedback. It enables you to know the things I've done wrong or the things I've not done wrong. Then it enables you not to project that same behavioral pattern in subsequent relationships. So the easiest thing, the least you can do for someone in a relationship to help them find closure. But you also need to understand that you can't depend on someone else to find closure. You have to find your part. And that's why I said it is what it is. Don't live in denial, accept it, and look for ways to move on. And one of the things is to allow yourself to feel what you feel, talk to someone, go for therapy.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much, Olayola Abiola.
Thank you.
Okay.
Welcome back. Now, Winfrey and I are always excited about this particular segment of the show. The final interview. Yes, we are. That's why we have a smile on our face. Finally, joining us on the couch to talk about his journey is fast-rising Nollywood actor and model, already making big waves on the big screen, the one and only
James Chibama.
Yes, so whoop, 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 and the crowd goes wild. I'm loving what you're wearing. I love the bling.
Wow,
I like it.
Thank you.
Love it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So for those who are unfamiliar, I remember the fact that you were on Superstory.
Yeah.
So now that is like going way back into TV, how it started, series started on Nigerian TV. So talk to us about the difference between that experience and what you're experiencing in Nollywood today.
Well, it's pretty much the same. It's just that some people know how to do their homework when it comes to production. You know, Superstory has been known for churning out quality stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so working on that platform was beautiful for me. And of course, I've worked with a couple of other amazing filmmakers and storytellers as well. So it's pretty much the same. We are all, you know, telling the story in the most beautiful way as possible.
Okay, amazing. I mean, talking about Superstory, that was a while ago, right? And still being in the industry now, right? So what would you say the journey has been like for you?
For me?
Yes.
Well, I would say the journey has been from glory to glory.
Wow.
Because it keeps getting better.
Okay.
And it has to get better or better. You know, so it's been beautiful. Coming from an era where one has to struggle so much, go out for several auditions, you know, very early castings and all that, you know, to times where I can just easily stay at home, you know, relax and just get phone calls. Hey, what's up? Are you available for so period of time? I'm like, yeah, let me see your script. So it's getting better.
Yeah.
And I remember back then when I used to go for auditions a lot. There was one time I had to take up a job at a cyber cafe.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I had to take up a job at a cyber cafe, and I was paid 4,000 naira a month.
Wow.
You know, with that money, I was able to attend a few auditions that landed me my first role.
Wow.
So
What year was that?
Wow.
That's a couple of years ago, about 2011, 2012.
Wow. That's more than a couple, though. He just looks young and fresh. He's been around. Speaking of being around, now you studied theater, I believe.
Yes.
In school.
Yes.
So this was always like a focus for you.
Yeah.
You wanted to go in this direction deliberately?
Yes, of course. I've always wanted to do what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I had the foresight, I chose to study theater, and thankfully, my parents, my family members, they were supportive. You know, the beautiful thing was happened one time when a friend of my mom reached out to her and was like, we saw your son on TV. So my mom called me and was like, now you there see for TV. Go to meet your film people, go to act film. So she enjoyed the accolades and all of that, and then she encouraged me to, you know, continue doing that. And
amazing.
Making waves.
Nice. So now, besides being an actor, being a model, what other things do you do with your time?
I teach.
Okay. What do you teach?
I'm an acting coach. Yeah, so I coach young actors, people who think I'm good enough to teach them. So I coach young talents and make them better.
I love the fact that you're teaching. So there's a younger generation of people in the industry who just suddenly pop up on social media, talking the skit makers and the short film makers and all that. Now you're coming from a theater era, even from your I could hear it. The stage presence is there. There's a big difference between then and now. Are you able to relate with what's happening now online?
Yeah, it's just about understanding the dynamics of the performance platform. Performing on stage is quite different from TV. film.
Very true.
You know, so understanding the dynamics, how you adjust to film is, you know, is a technique and a skill that most people should learn. Okay. I already have that, and I'm improving on it, so thank God.
All right. Amazing. I mean, we have some of your clips. We definitely want to see.
All right. It's so interesting that we should talk about skit makers before seeing that.
Yeah.
But there's Shaggy in there as well. You know, it's a whole different world now. And the types of drama series that are popping up here and there are also really special, like Eve, which has been recently nominated for an AMVCA for Best
Original African Magic Original Drama Series.
Oh, drama series.
Amazing, yeah.
Oh, nice.
When you heard that, how did it make you feel?
I felt good. Like, this is what we've been working on, and for it to be recognized, I believe a lot of people will be endeared to, you know, even going to see the project, and they'll see what fantastic stuff we've put together.
All right.
Amazing, amazing stuff. I mean, a lot actually goes into acting, right? And especially in this day and time. But then again, there's a whole thing of, okay, people like you that actually went to study it as a course, as opposed to people that actually just get popular and then go with that. Okay, for instance, now we see Brother Shaggy. We all know, okay, he started as a skit maker. So now, where do you think that, what role do you think that plays, right, in the entire movie industry? The skit makers, the people, probably, let's say the influencers that get into acting, as opposed to the people in theater that actually still do it. And now, especially when it seems like they actually are now getting more shine, per se. Yeah.
Well, I've been in a conversation where some actors are, you know, worried about skit makers coming into films, doing all the big cinema projects and all of that.
Exactly.
But I think everybody has a space to shine, right? We are all in the same industry. Skit makers they are entertainers. Same as core film people, core actors who stick to, you know, the drama and all of that. So I think that there's no need segregating. For me, there's no need separating the industries. We are all entertainers, right? For instance, Shaggy, he's a friend. He reached out to me and he was like, hey, yo, what's up? You free? Let's do a skit. I was free at the time, and then we did it. That was the clip you just saw. So there's no point saying, you skit makers, I can't do skit, or I'm not interested in skit. No, we are all a body, and we should all appreciate ourselves. It's just like people who try to spark up conversations between Davido and Whiskey and say who's better, who's bigger. Come on, just celebrate everybody. This is entertainment. So we're one body, we're one family.
All right.
Makes sense. Makes absolute sense.
I wanted to touch on the fact that I wasn't aware until earlier today that you're actually married. So yes.
Are you shy of it?
Are you shy of talking about it?
No.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah. Sure.
All right. So just wave at wifey as you head over to the kitchen today. All right then. So is in the kitchen with our chef Anne Mary today. You want to join them?
Yeah, sure. Let's
all right.
do that.
All right. All right.
Thank you.
All right then.
All right.
Yeah. I found that question very interesting. You said you want to join them.
Yeah.
So outside. I'll open you. Jane, sit down.
Yes,
outside, I was like, can't you just pass some breakfast for us today so that we can eat on your behalf? He said, no. I'm not sitting to myself.
In fact, I'll get a double portion after the show.
Right. Welcome to the kitchen.
Thank you very much.
This is Chef Blossom, and of course, that's Mary over there. And Chef Blossom has made for you rice with gizzard sauce.
Whoa.
Yes. Right. So we'd like you to have a taste.
Are these carrots?
Yes, these are carrots. I hope you like vegetables.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Because not a lot of people like their veggies, but hey, go ahead, let us know what you think. A lot of love went into this meal, by the way.
Oh, I can see.
Enjoy.
Not the type you get in movies, though.
No,
what kind of love do you get in movies?
Fake love, we know.
No, this is pretty much like a set breakfast.
Yeah. Okay.
So you guys are chilling on set these days.
As in gizzard, that is expensive.
We do big things. No big things.
All right, we're wrapping up the show now. Of course, we have Winfrey and Titi on the couch. Want to say your goodbyes quickly before what's
for Wonder Woman Wednesday today.
Yeah.
We're going to be back again 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, y'all.
That's right.
I keep watching TVC, don't touch that now, ever.
All right.
What's your
let us
verdict?
know what you think. Love it?
What?
Like it?
What's your verdict?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
All right, great.
Chef Blossom,
Well
as always.
Well done.
Okay, so while he's helping himself to a second portion, we'll say a very big thank you to everyone who has been on the show today, our guests and all the cast and everybody, the crew in particular. Thank you so much for your contribution. Have a jolly good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.